listen to the separation from all the disidentification of pain as a certain kind of way to be afraid of being here and now, together so clear. Don't get down on the problems of the world. Don't stay stuck in a rhythm that hurts. Don't be waiting for everything to be whole. Come home. Come home. 'Cause it's all in the name of family healing. It's all in the name of family healing. But I know that I can learn to let it all go. Show up for my heart flow. Be with it all. 'Cause it's all in the name of, all in the name of, all in the name of family healing. Family healing. Yes, indeed it is. Thank you for joining. Good to be here with you in this moment in time. It is indeed all in the name of family healing in some beautiful, direct way. Speaking directly today in this way, family healing is a way to journey into wholeness, inside and out. The path of family healing lays out your own unique steps into coming into that wholeness. Wholeness feels peaceful, wholeness feels joyful, wholeness feels rich and alive, human and spiritual or divine or energetic. And so we can walk this path, and it is not a straight line, but it is always alive. And that, following that aliveness, is the path of family healing. What it is going towards this unity that we already know inside of our deep core, the truth of who we are. So thanks for joining today. And I'm grateful to endeavor on this topic of directness. And how direct can we be in our relationships and with ourselves to cultivate these really effective relationships, these really holistic, effective relationships that we might have just dreamt of or seen reflected in idealistic movies or stories that we can actually live. And it takes some qualities of directness. So, thanks for being here today. Before we do a little improv on that, we'll just say a little bit more about directness by asking a couple questions. Where do you feel like you are not direct enough in your relationships? Where do you feel like you are not honest enough with yourself about your relationships? How would you feel saying the thing that you are most afraid to say to the people that you love? What are those things? How do you even discover what that clarity is? And I would argue that that clarity is already somewhere deep within your heart, and it might be coming up in certain thought forms throughout your days, and you get to discern and integrate all that beautiful medicine, all that beautiful energy into action. So what it is not is telling people what to do, telling people the antidote for everything is controlling a situation. It's not it's not trying incredibly hard to manipulate a relationship into getting what you want. directness is simply being clear and embodying that clarity and then offering it in language. So let's explore what directness is. What directness is. And a little improv, of course. I wish I could tell you how I really feel about that story so real, never ending with fear in my body. That time that we were close, it doesn't feel like the most influential, 'cause torrential downpour came and washed it all away. I wanted to keep it all clean, I wanted to keep coming to be present with thee, but I was afraid to be seen. So I'll express all around the bush, instead of being in the fire of love, being in the desire of being held by you. I imagine it's true. All we got to do is open up and walk the path of most resistance is never gonna last. That's why I will ask, do you want to? Do you want to? Do you want to? I sure want to. Do you want to? Do you want to? I sure want to. So directness, it's part of my gifts for being close to this, showing up for everything that we know we don't know, everything I can let go. And here I am, here I am, here I am. That is a beautiful phrase to end on. Yeah. I want to be extra fiery, but I'll keep it somewhat calm. Fire, clarity, directness. Here I am, claiming who I am. Here I am, raw, vulnerable, open, willing, and available for what you are, knowing what you're available for. And asking that question, do you want to? Do you want to? That's kind of I took that as a reflection of invitation. I want to. I sure want to share closeness with you. Do you want to? And dancing around the bush, expressing around the like, yeah, it's kind of hard because when I was direct, here's a little bit of like context of maybe where directness is challenging is that in the past you may have been direct and then you may have gotten hurt or not been close. It has not resulted in closeness and it actually resulted in something of the opposite, feeling rejected or disrespected or laughed at, judged, you name it. So there's potential wounds that would keep us from showing up in the directness, and the opposite is true of saying, well, like, am I ever really going to get what I want if I don't be direct? I guess I'm just waiting around for it to work out. And that just might not ever come because we need our participation. So I hope that's some good energy to relate with in your own journey with directness. And what I can share as a story, I can just relate that I have been direct in some unhealthy ways while being genuine and honest. And it has led to some fights and to some feelings of being judged from other people that I was direct with, or vice versa, of feeling judged on my end. And that's the catch. We'll name that after, but that's the catch, is directness doesn't come from judgment. It doesn't come from hurt. It comes from clarity. And if your directness is coming from some emotional fog, then there might be something more practical you can do, such as vulnerability, which would be another live that you could check out from the last couple months. So I had a journey with my brother. Oh, yeah, bless his heart. We've been on such a good journey. And I was starting to do some day trading coaching, and I wanted to support him because he is an avid day trader. And I fully believed and still believe that the mental emotional portion of day trading is what keeps people from being successful. That is 95% of the problem, if you will. And so I was direct with him. I said, man, let me help you. Let's work out a deal. I can do it for free or partial trade or something. And I was coming from a place of feeling not good enough and feeling afraid of being judged. So I was already coming with some energy there. And so he said, like, do you really know what you're doing? Like, yeah, I mean, I kind of hear you, Chris, but in the end, this is not really, like, I don't think you get it. And I tried and I tried and I tried to be direct, to communicate, dude, this is what's going on. I want to be with you in this. And in the end, we struggled to meet connection there, and we just had to kind of release that. And there was a little bit of clashing and a little bit of hurt feelings, which is, I think, what led to a small separation. Nothing much bigger than we had already been experiencing, but we hadn't been talking very regularly after that. And so on the flip side, over the last year, as I've developed more self-respect, I came to him more clearly in the fire of that clarity, saying, hey bro, I hear you on this day trading journey, relating with you. This is hard stuff. I think that this could be a big part of what's going on for you, and I would love to partner with you if this feels alive. Let's come to an agreement. Let's practice what our roles are in this dynamic, and then let's have some space and grace for the stuff in between as we work through that. And that was so much more received. I didn't leave feeling any hidden resentments or fears of being judged, and he didn't feel anything, as far as I understood through our connection around that there was any disrespect or lack of trust. And so we cultivated this intimacy through that directness that came from the clarity in my being, and really came from his clarity as well. And so if you bring your clarity and someone's not clear, it can often inspire their clarity. Or maybe you bring your clarity and they say, I don't know. And you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to mess around with your lack of clarity. Please come to me when you're ready. Or do you need anything from me in order to feel more able to get to your clarity? So that's a little bit of a story in the juxtaposition of how it can be unhealthy and how it can be very supportive. And I mean, it was rocket fuel for our relationship. 2 months of that, and we built a really strong bond as well as effective practice together. So key component, agreement, coming from, aka where am I coming from, where are they coming from, and space and grace for the stuff in between. So that's a little story. Thanks for listening. Curious what your stories are. with where you've been unhealthily direct, or you haven't been direct at all and you've avoided something for so long. And perhaps we can touch on that again next week. Avoidance is a powerful thing. So lastly, the right now tool would be call or text someone right now with your directness. Make it small. Make it a simple request, or not. Say, hey, this is not a request. I want to share this with you. Or I really want you to just listen. I don't want your feedback. I don't want whatever your clarity is, just bring it to someone right now. And whatever, practice on an easier relationship if you're feeling a little bit raw. And practice on a raw relationship if you're feeling a little bit courageous and wild. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and send that message to my uncle today. So I love you. Thank you for joining. And we will end with a song to soothe our hearts. I am at peace. I am free. Here we are. Go in peace, be in peace, be one with all that is, feel the ease, press down into your feet, and love everything. Everyone knows love in the home, everyone knows love in their heart. Don't be afraid to restart, be at peace. Dream, 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 dream it all. Everything can fall away. Love, love, love will help your soul. We can be with it all. No matter how big their walls, love will embrace it all. So go and oh yeah, I am at ease. Go in peace. I am at ease. All right. Wishing you a beautiful week.